This is an incredible story that proves the afterlife waits for us all, and you're not going to be alone at the end of life. And I'm going to talk about this, and I know it's a true story because m- you may, or I don't know if you know this, and if I've talked about it before, but my husband is also in healthcare. And we were talking today, and he was sharing with me um, a story that someone was telling him. And he said, this person has no reason to make it up. This is a completely true story, and I'm going to share it with you today. I'm not going to mention any names because these are real people having real experiences. By the way, if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Dr. Andrea O'Connor, and I do have a primary care practice. If you're curious and you want to see how I treat certain illnesses, you can go to my really super small channel. It's called Vitalize Health Partners. I'll link it below. And also, I have another channel. It's called Doc in the Den, where I just have random videos of me going on a bike ride or whatever. So, but there's that. So this woman, it's a very sad story, actually. So imagine that you have a baby and the baby is not doing well. And this baby was not doing well, was very, very sick, was in the hospital, and the family knew they were not going to be able to be with this little angel, this baby, for much longer. So the whole family was present. Mom, was with the baby, as they let you do in the hospital when, unfortunately, some babies don't make it out of the hospital when they're born, or they're reaching end of life or whatnot. And she had her other little child there. And I think my husband said that this little girl was probably about 3 or 4 years old. And everyone's kind of holding the baby and trying to be with the baby and talking about that. The little girl's off to the side doing what little girls do. Maybe she was just kind of dancing around or playing or, just drawing, or who knows what they had her doing. But all of a sudden, she says, "Hey, there's Pappy. There's Pappy over there." Now, the grandfather, who the family referred to as to Pappy, had long passed away, was not in the room with this family. And as the baby was nearing the end of life, this little girl sees her deceased grandfather enter the room. Nobody else could see him. Only this little girl could. And, she hadn't said anything. She was just kind of playing, doing her own thing while the family's all in there. And all of a sudden says, "Look, there's Pappy," Everyone's looking around. Everyone's shocked. Now, unfortunately, the baby did pass away. And this woman recounted this story because it happened to her and was telling my husband about it. And she's still like shocked and amazed, like to recount the story, like, look what I experienced. And I am telling you, this is a very common thing. I've seen it a lot with my hospice patients. When people pass over, they're waiting for you. And not everyone experiences this, but enough that they'll come and receive the soul and bring them to the other side or the other dimension. And this is so amazing because it's people we know that happened to. It's a true story. Now, again, with my patients, I've heard these stories a lot, and I've been there to witness when they see amazing things like their grandmothers coming in the room or their mothers coming in the room that had passed away. It is a very common thing. I almost think that we do need to treat this as, or at least I do, as kind of another vital sign, like another thing that happens when you die. When we're all getting ready to pass away, your body knows what to do. You first stop eating, you're not drinking anymore, the body is getting ready the body temperature comes down, like everything is kind of calming down for the most part until terminal lucidity, until they get up and they're running around the room. Again, my video that went viral talking about that when I had never seen that in person before. But for the most part, no one is going to be alone. Like, even if you're saying, well, I don't have any friends or family. Yeah, well, if you had a friend or a family member that passed on, they're probably going to come and get you, So I just thought that was an amazing story to share because I see it all the time. This is a common thing we see. Now, comment below if you've had an experience like this. I just thought I would share this really quick. Again, no names mentioned here, not where they work, anything like that. And this is a true story. So comment below what you think about that. thanks for being here. And again, if you want to see like, like my approach, like how I treat certain illnesses and kind of, I'm going to try to update that channel because as I see things more happening more in real time, like this crazy flu that is hitting the country right now. Again, not seeing it so much in my area. I'd like to talk more about current things that are going on. Okay, everyone, thanks for being here and I'll see you on the next one.